So you know what time it is. It's time for you to go ahead and enter into the man cave. Real quick, what play we gonna run?
You look like a coach, though, man. You just like a coach.
As always, a Smoooth Productions.
But Deion Sanders is not making $93 million.
Now, you don't never dip your pen in the company ink.
I'm glad you said pen. I thought that was going a different way.
No,
I didn't know what that was about to go.
Well, you can clip this. If I gave you $168 million, I want to know what type of fabric software you're using on your initiatives. You know what I'm saying?
That's who you want to be. You want to be Steph. You want to have that range like that. You know, not just have the range. I mean, Steph can get to the cup.
We're going to have that platinum tier for the platform sports talk. You know what I'm saying?
We need some platinum sponsors. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying?
Messi, he could be described in 3 words. He's so horny at that moment. Yeah, I said that. That's going in the highlight tape. I know it is. You know,
knee alone. Friday, knee alone.
Fresh Prince, knee alone.
The best man, knee alone, man.
Well, anyway, it was a good run while it lasted. So,
then they were exactly who we thought they is.
And that's why we say we look at the guys that are in our OTE arena is who are you? You know,
crazy story. The first time I touched a basketball court, I cried. I didn't want to go. They forced me to go. They put me in the van.
It's a give back to allow the young people to experience the game, to learn the fundamentals the right way.
All right, so it's the Man Cave coming to you live from the Platinum Sports Talk Network. My bad, Smooth. I won't mess it up no more. I got you, man. I got you. You know what?
It's a platinum show, man. It's a platinum
the show is platinum. That's why I keep saying it.
Yo, what is going on? It is the last Wednesday of the month, and it is me. It's Stanton, baby, and I want to welcome you into the Man Cave. As you can see, we are here. So I'm going to go ahead and do these introductions. The brother to my right, ladies and gentlemen, please show your love for Rio. What's going on, brother?
What's up? How y'all doing?
Doing good. The brother underneath us, the elder statesman of the group, the OG, A1 since day one. Matter of fact, A1 since the promo before day one, but that's neither here nor there. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Sadar.
Sadar, the selector, the real estate DJ, real estate investor by day, DJ by night. Here I am on the Man Cave.
Heck yeah. And then last but not least, the blackest man in radio. On this podcast, the blackest man in sports. Well, Des Bryant might have something to say about that. Ladies and gentlemen, please give your love for Craig Black.
What up, fellas? What's going on? Yes, it's me, Craig Black, up in here. We're a little late, but I ain't blaming nobody. Smooth, but I ain't blaming nobody. We good though. Smooth, but we are here, man.
Look, I mean, it for us. It's being late. For you, Craig, it's like you on time.
I'm right on time, baby.
I mean, whether you would have been on at 7 or 7:30 or 7:45 or 8:03.
8:03.
Just whatever time, brother. You always on time.
Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's the what?
Eastern Standard Time.
Like you can literally just say it's black people time.
It's no racial innuendos during the show. We're not doing anything racial, okay?
None at all. That's your that's your last name, Mr. Black. It's black people time.
You use it as colored people,
No, I'm saying BLAC.
Okay, I thought you were talking about our colored people or something like that.
You the one making it about the colored people?
This man said colored people.
He just keeps saying it. Talking about these colored people. All right, Craig. You all right. I know you're in DC area, but don't become of the DC area. Talk about those colored people. Okay. But look, Yeah, we're a little late. It's all right. We are here and we are here for you. So, however you are watching us, whether it be on Facebook via the Platform Sports Talk Show page, we appreciate you for tuning in. Whether you're watching us on Instagram at Platform Sports Talk, we appreciate you for tuning in. If you're tuned in on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, you're watching us right now at 314 Sports Talk. But if you watching us on YouTube.com, that means a few things. That means one, you have subscribed. And if you haven't, go ahead and click it. That means two, you have turned on the notifications for this lovely channel. If you haven't, go ahead and click on that bell so that every single time we go live, yes, you will be notified. And then also, if you're not seeing us because you're being responsible, if you are traveling, then what you are doing is hearing us right now on Hot 365 Radio, where it's always hot. Whew. I was giving the producer time to switch that damn screen. All right, so make sure you go to hot365radio.com. You can also go on twitch.tv/hot365radio, and you can catch the most recent replay of our show or any show. Or any show of the Platform Sports Talk Show Network, whether it be us right here, the Man Cave, whether it be the first Wednesday of the night of the month, Jesus, with Ladies Night, or if it's every other Wednesday that ain't the first or the last with the flagship show. That is the Platform Sports Talk Show. But when it's about sports, it becomes our business, and business just picked up. I always take advantage of the opportunity to say the original, well, I guess the second slogan of the show, because the original one, I wasn't included. I was just a guest. But look, we want to thank you all for tuning in. We're going to get right into it. What's the word, fellas? What's been going on in sports? What do we want to talk about? Craig, I'm going to pass it off to you. I don't know if we discussed something that actually put a smile on DC sports fans' faces at our last show. But didn't a certain somebody do a certain something? Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance. Bands will make her dance.
Somebody got married? Ovechkin got the title. He got
Somebody
the title
got married. All right.
I didn't know what you were talking about. You mean Ovechkin got that scoring title, the goals title. What is it? $8.95, something like that. What did he get?
Yeah, and who did he get that record from?
Oh, the great one, Mr. Wayne Gretzky. And yes, since we did not talk about that the last show because it probably hadn't happened since then, did it?
I think it did.
It did.
I think it did. We just had a special guest. Shout out to Orlando Sandman Sanders. Remember, get that arm up, hook underneath, put your head on that side, and you're gonna put them to sleep. We teaching MMA here at the Man Cave. But yeah, anything else besides Ovechkin becoming, I guess, the greatest hockey player of all time?
I mean,
does he get that title because
my defenders are looking kind of good. You know, we're like 2 or 3 steps behind those Battlehawks. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I don't think the defenders are going to be the Battlehawks. I do think the Battlehawks are the better team. But if y'all lose, y'all gonna do a Reggie Miller. Y'all gonna choke if y'all let us beat y'all in the playoffs. But other than that, you know, we're just getting geared up for this Commanders season. Oh, shout out to my Mystics. I'm excited about my Mystics. My Washington Mystics. They started off 2-0 and then they went on a little 3-game losing streak. But still, it's early in the season. I'm excited about the squad. They're looking good. A lot of young players. And that's pretty much it, man. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. My Nationals are what they already do. They some gnats, you know. They some sorry Bamas, but it is what it is, man. That's my word, man.
Do you all still have Bright. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to bring that up. Sadar, what's been going on in the world of sports that you would like to talk about or not talk about? I just called you up so we can get you on out the way.
Well, you know what I've been hearing? There's like rumors and innuendo of a super league forming in college football. And so there's this thing out there called Project. And of course, they're referring to Rudy from the famous Rudy movie, where there is a proposed 70-team league to form with some heavy money dollars backing it, where they have their own league, divisions, games, playoffs, all of that. Pay system for the players. If that goes down, that would basically ruin the NCAA. NCAA is trash anyway. They don't know what to do. But in about 10 to 15 years, you may see something like a Project Rudy go into place. We shall see. But it's really not looking good. Right now, the SEC is flexing their muscle and trying to overtake the NCAA. So it's really getting heated as far as college football. Yeah. And then there's rumors about if at the SEC or some super league do what they do, the NCAA will say, well, okay, well, if you do this for football, we'll take away your status in your other sports as like a power move. So it's just really crazy, man, because some incompetent people at the NCAA don't know what they're doing. They got their thumbs up their behinds and not knowing what to do.
My word. Thumbs up their behinds. Goodness gracious. Rio. What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
Man, I'm just excited for this WNBA season. I'm ready for it to be a long one, not a short one. Shout out to those Vegas Aces.
Oh, I thought you was gonna shout out somebody else. Okay.
No. What you want me to shout out the?
No, you ain't got to shout
the New York Liberty.
I
know that's what you wanted me to do.
I do. You ain't gotta do it.
No, I'll shout them out.
No, you ain't gotta do it. I do it.
You sure?
No, I got it.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we're just gonna move forward and we'll just let him talk about the New York Liberty. But yeah, I'm ready for this WNBA season to kick off. Yeah, that's pretty much what I've been looking forward to. I've been trying to catch most of the games on Saturdays. Right now it's looking pretty good.
That's good. I want to highlight a few things. I got a few words.
Okay.
First off, congratulations are in order to Angel Reese, who is now the fastest player in WNBA history to reach 500 points and 500 rebounds. She has done it within 38 games. Yes. What's going on, Miss Dub? It's good to see you. I guess you had a little nostalgic moment from before, but it's all right. We appreciate the throwback.
It's all good.
So yeah, I just wanted to shout out Angel Reese for doing that. To be able to do that within your first 38 games, it's something to behold.
She put in the work though.
She putting in the work. Of course, everyone likes to highlight her shortcomings and all that. They love to put up these hoop mixtapes, or lack thereof, showing all her bad. But it's like we can highlight her good as well.
Oh, shit.
Everyone wants to say that this beef between her and Caitlin Clark is one-sided, and it's like, I mean, not really.
No.
There's a bigger beef. I just forgot the girl's name. She plays for the Atlanta Dream. She was the former number one overall draft pick. No. Oh yeah, I forgot she went over there. But her and Caitlin Clark played together on the 19U USA national team, and then every time they play, that girl be locking Caitlin Clark down like stone cold defense. Like they be going at it, real life on court. So that's the actual beef that people are saying that Caitlin Clark has. All I'm saying is Caitlin Clark having beef is always going to be great in this moment right now for the sport of the WNBA.
Getting ready to talk about the beef between RG3 and Ryan Clark, but that's a different story.
Hey, now that they got to get in the ring on that. That has to come to fisticuffs at this point. You done mentioned my family. So, dog, you remember the joke that Craig had made when he was like, I was talking about your money. Remember how you pulling up? Oh, yeah. I'm surprised. Well, no, I'm not surprised that RG3 didn't pull up to Ryan Clark's house.
Yeah,
I think about what I'm talking about. RG3 ain't pulling up on nothing.
That's a different conversation.
That man over there pulling.
RG3 set himself up with that one, though. He set himself up. Why would you have your wife in the background and you're talking about this woman?
Oh, this your boy.
Woman? Why would you do that?
Wait a minute.
I ain't gonna lie. I have been an RG3 fan, but he really messed up. He messed up. And I don't know. I agree with some of the stuff Ryan Clark was saying, but not all of it. You know, it was I just think he set himself up. He could just critique Angel Reese. He didn't have to say that I know she hates Caitlin Clark. She has to hate her. Come on, man. For what? This is a sport, man. Just because they women, they can't get at each other. Come on now. We want to treat them like they real athletes and they sports figures. But when they do the real stuff, we gotta paint a different picture for it. It can't be just sports. It has to be something else. It's more. It's BS. But
yeah, it's all competitive, man. And you know, they act like this is like personal or something. But we don't have that same criticism when the men get into it. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? That's the narrative right now for those two. You know, they try to make it seem like they hate each other. Angel Reese is the villain. Caitlin Clark is the superstar. She's the superhero, and you know, it actually is bringing more eyes to the screen. I get it. I understand. You know, it helps the league out more, but I just hate to see when the black men dog Angel Reese out. When I see black males dogging her out, it's a lot of them little mixtapes going around on the internet. You know who's pissed a lot of them out there? That dude Ari Spears. I don't know if y'all follow Ari Spears.
We're not gonna mention that clown. We could.
That dude, he is terrible, man.
We can move on.
He is hater, but I don't know. You got me going on that. But go ahead, y'all go ahead.
But between him and Corey Holcomb, yeah. Anyway,
yeah.
They be hating on that girl so bad. I'm like, well, what's wrong?
Y'all want to know what Robert Griffin's rap name is gonna be now?
I have a guess. Does it have something to do with a beverage?
Damn, so dog, fuck it. He is now RG3 the milkman. Ooh. Yeah, you know, like, so, and then it didn't help that Ryan Clark has locker room experience with RG3. He talks about some of the things that he used to say about his own wife. And it's like, dude, so you can talk about the color of your wife's skin because you married her. We can't talk about it because we see it. Like, we just calling a spade here. That's all. All right, so we are about to take a quick intermission, real quick. So we are gonna work on some things. We appreciate y'all.
We'll be back.
So Craig,
we'll be back.
Sadar,
we'll be back.
No. We'll be back. We taking the intermission.
Oh,
like over here.
Oh, okay.
So you two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It ain't a we. It's we.
Okay.
Yeah, we about to St. Louis. We about to give you a throwback real quick, taking over a show on the air here in St. Louis and in the world.
Now it's
Ladies
the
and gentlemen,
platinum.
please.
It's the Platinum Sports Talk Network, baby.
Damn,
yes,
he
let's
done put
go,
it in the hands of the
Sadar.
wrong
Let's go. We
All
platinum.
right, we'll be back.
The inmates running the asylum, Sadar. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh man.
What we talk about, Sadar? Since we got.
But you know what, man? I'm a football guy, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there are some your commanders, I call them the Commodores. I was guilty of that.
As soon as we go on to like a 2 or 3 game losing streak, that name coming right back. I know how it is. I know what the hate is.
No, but you know what, man? I like a good underdog story, man. And here's what I want to ask you, man. Where do you see the Commanders right now? Because they're getting ready they're talking about a new stadium. They got a franchise quarterback. They're building a good team. They got a good ownership group. Where do you see your Commanders in about 5 years, man?
They're doing it for old DC, man. They're going back to they say about 2030 they'll be back at the ORFK site. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I'm scared. I'm gonna be honest with you because it's a lot of hype. It's a lot of hype around the team. The city is feeling real great right now, but you got to understand for the last 30 some years, Sadal, we have been wanting this, and things we get there, and then it just comes crumbling down. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm scared for it, man, because now the hype, we can't be the underdog anymore. Everybody knows who, you know what I'm saying? They give us all these primetime games. I got people, me and one of my guys at work were talking about that. It's great. They know about us. We got the primetime guys. Like, man, I don't want to be in primetime. Put us early on a Sunday afternoon. Start our game at 12:45. You know what I'm saying? Start us early, get us out of it. I really like no pressure. I don't want no pressure on my squad. I know I got the coolest quarterback in the game. I know I do. But for real, I just want him to stay that way. I want him all the shiny lights every day, every game, every week he's on national TV. They got us going to Madrid. We're going over to Spain to play a game. It's like we couldn't get on TV for almost 10 straight years. It's like we couldn't get a primetime game for nothing for like over 10 years in a row. It's like, damn, we can't get no Monday night game, huh? We can't get nothing. But now it's all the fanfare is there after one season. And that's what I hate about just the new sports. I call it the new sports now because somebody does good, they prop you up. They bring you, they boast you up real high, and they just wait for your downfall. That's how I look at it.
But I look at it like Jaden Daniels is no stranger to the spotlight. He played at LSU. He played at SEC. Yeah, he's always on TV primetime.
It's not so more Jaden Daniels. It's more so of the organization. I know we've changed. We flipped. We don't have the same owner, but until we win another one, I'm gonna say it. Damn it! Until we win another Super Bowl, I'm gonna be kind of antsy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. It's just so hard to just. I don't know, for me. And I got another one of my partners that called me. He said, man, you're a punk, man. You're supposed to be hype, supposed to be happy. This is what we are. Like, you know what? I was excited and I was happy when we beat Detroit. When we beat Detroit last year, I was like, that cemented my happiness. You know what I'm saying? I knew we were walking into a buzzsaw with Philadelphia. And I knew if we beat them, it would have had to be like the most spectacular game ever for us to pull off. But, I was satisfied with that Detroit win. I was like, okay, you know what? It's his first year. I'm satisfied with that. We know we got some issues on defense. We know we got a whole lot of issues on defense right now. You give us 2 or 3 years, get some picks, we make some more moves, we can do this. But
your head coach is a defensive minded head coach, man. He led the Legion of Boom in Seattle.
Yeah.
Dan Quinn. So here's what I kind of agree with you on that. I see where you're coming from because I remember when the Rams were like 1999. Before that, we were the same old sorry ass Rams. We wasn't gonna do nothing, you know. And then all of a sudden, we just caught lightning in a bottle. This no-name quarterback comes in, Kurt Warner, all around like, where did he come from? We start winning games, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, man, when are they gonna mess up? When they gonna mess up? You know, they go 13-3. Then they go into the playoffs. Now they playing the Vikings. Now the year before, it was the 1998 Vikings. They should have won the Super Bowl if it wasn't for their kicker. They should have been going to the Super Bowl the year before. Now here we are. We're playing them. Now, granted, they didn't have Randall Cunningham. You know, they had
quarterback there. Who was that quarterback of that squad?
Jeff George came in that year. I think Randall Cunningham had retired after 98.
Okay.
So he came in, and in that game, man, it was like, I think we were losing going into the half or tied. And I was nervous. I'm sweating bullets. And we pulled it off. Like we went ahead and we jetted past them. But then we played the Buccaneers. The greatest show on turf was Grounded. You know how nervous I was? Like we couldn't even score a touchdown. Until the last play of the game, man. And I'm nervous.
But y'all found a way to win. Y'all found a way
to win. And then we got to the Super Bowl. And you know, I knew I was a fan of Steve McNair before all of that. Yeah. And Eddie George. Both of them were like my favorite players at the time. But here we are playing them. And then they came back the second half. They almost beat us. Well, I am nervous. I'm like, oh, we gonna lose. When Eddie George went into the touchdown and trucked one of our guys, I'm like, oh, we lost. We lost.
I'm not gonna lie. That was probably that was 99. The next year, I was in St. Louis. I think I came to St. Louis 2000. That was my first year in St. Louis. Y'all gave me so much grief, the football people, because they knew I was from DC. And St. Louis I was like, damn, y'all, well, you know, I mean, y'all then the trash I talked to y'all was like, well, who are these Rams? They from Los Angeles. Y'all the St. Louis Cardinals, right? Who is this? Ain't y'all team? It's the team. It's the LA's team. They used to be mad at me. They used to be mad at me.
But you know, I mean, back to Washington. You know, the franchise has been one of the cornerstones of the league. You know, I can't say the old name, but
because of them Hogs. Let's talk about because of them Hogs. You know, they were a cornerstone because of a Joe Theismann, because of a John Riggins, because of a Joe Jacoby, a Jeff Bostic. You know what I'm saying? It was that tradition. It was that, because of a Dexter Manley, a Charles Mann. You think about the squad, a Darryl Green. You know, they had, a Art Monk, Gary Clark, Alvin Garrett. Those years, those glory years. Joe Bugle, Bobby Beathard. You know what I'm saying? Those years, it was like we were just winning. It didn't matter. Even we were in the playoffs. If playoffs weren't a thing, we were there every year. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even we don't make playoffs. It's like I was watching that Celtic City document. I don't know if you've seen that. You know how Celtic City is a real good. I can't stand Boston, but that Celtic City documentary is great. It's like they was winning so often. You know what I'm saying? Making the playoffs was an afterthought. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that's how I felt growing up. In them 80s, it was like we in the playoffs every year.
They're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
It's like we one game away every year from the Super Bowl. We had a chance every year to win the Super Bowl. The teams were just that good. Them Joe Gibbs teams were just that good. But that was then. We waited a long time.
And then here comes Snyder
to get even close to those times.
The franchise,
man, I don't know what he did. He was
It's what he didn't do. It's what he didn't do. He had dollar signs in his eyes the whole time. He wanted to be the next Jerry Jones.
Yes.
And he can't. First of all, Jerry Jones can't be Jerry Jones. Quiet is kept, and then he comes in, and now he's trying to control every aspect of the team. They're going to be the GM and stuff, and he had a big ego that basically he couldn't work with everybody.
Call it like it is, Sadar. He was an asshole. Call it like it is.
Yeah,
he was an asshole. He was an arrogant asshole. He reminds me of a certain hip hop mogul that's on trial right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it alone.
Arrogant asshole.
And then it didn't help that you build FedEx Field, and from the jump, you had so many problems with the doggone thing. It's like they built it up cheap. You had all these seats. It was like, what, 100,000 people? When did that could fit 90,000?
The disrespect that it started off because it was doomed from the start, because when Jack Kent Cooke built that stadium, you got to understand, they renamed a whole city. Where they built it at was called Landover, Maryland.
Right.
They changed the name of the whole, I guess money can get you anything. And they called it Rao John, Maryland. What was that? It was like, what? How you rename? Man, that's Landover. But you know what I'm saying? So it was from the start, it was kind of doomed. They should have just, I don't know negotiations, but they should have just rebuilt RFK back then, but it is what it is, man. Right now, we are where we are right now. I don't want to get too excited. I'm not going to be overly arrogant and, like some other fans out here. I'm not going to be like that fan base. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take it all in. I'm gonna rep my squad 24/7, but you're not gonna see the arrogant a-hole Craig Black. You're gonna just see the
Oh, so they're not gonna win the Super Bowl and next year,
Hey, I'm act like we've been here before. You know what I'm saying? We got three championships. You know what I'm saying? I'm acting like we've been here before. You know what I'm saying? Like we've done this before, so it's no big thing. It's not y'all newbies. Y'all just used to getting this right now. So that's how I'm gonna act. I'm gonna be a little snobbish.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you though, the city is excited though. The city is excited. The city is like the city is on fire. It is.
It's only up from here, man. And they made some moves on defense now. I just don't recall right now, but they made a couple of moves to get some key players on defense that fill some gaps that they had. And I'll tell you right now, the NFC East, it's gonna be some trouble. Uh-oh.
You know what's crazy though? We never have been on Hard Knocks, but now the whole NFC East is on Hard Knocks this year. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. You got the Cowboys who think they're somebody, but they're really not.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Giants that are nobody right now.
The Giants are the reason the Philadelphia Eagles won this Super Bowl. And I'm so mad at the Giants for giving them a Super Bowl. I'm so mad at them right now. I can't. The Giants organization, if we could put them out of the NFC, if we can move another team, put them out of the NFC and bring another team in, I would be so happy right now, because you just don't.
Because they didn't win anything.
Huh?
The Giants didn't win anything. How did they help the Eagles?
They let their star running back go, and he went to the team in a division, and they win the Super Bowl. How do you do that? And you kept Daniel Jones. Why isn't everybody in that front office fired? Why didn't they clear house after that? Why didn't they do that? Come on now.
Yeah. And then they do a reliable Hard Knock for the whole world. And be so arrogant that let them go.
Well, I'm trying to hear you, but it's that echo. Is
I know, man. I'm excited.
Well, we can do an intro for you right now. Sadal. The selector. The real estate, state. DJ, Go to my website, site. The Craig Ships Foundation, org.
We trying, y'all. We struggling tonight, man. Bear with us as we get this audio together. It's not letting us be great.
Yeah, this audio is just messing with the show tonight. We're gonna blame the tornado for this, for messing up all the internet and the audio that's happening tonight. We're gonna blame that terrible tornado that came through St. Louis that displaced a lot of family on the north side. And I just want to send prayers out to everybody that was affected by that tornado. For real. It was
it was definitely to the city.
Man, I haven't been to St. Louis since it happened, but I've been watching closely online and just the coverage, the footage, just seeing the actual pictures, and just, man, it looks like a war zone in some spots. It's like, damn.
Yeah, it's something that I've never seen before in my life, man. It's totally surreal. I know our producer has gotten through a tornado himself, and now here we are. It's devastating, right? With weather, with technology.
Was Mario asleep there? Was that me?
We good?
No, we not.
Are we here? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We're back.
We still got an echo going, but we can hear you.
You said echo, Craig?
Well,
we got the echo.
We got the echo. Y'all don't have the echo.
Well, damn.
Yeah,
but to all those families that were affected by the tornado, man, prayers go out to y'all, man. It's and if you can, I've been saying this a lot on my little social media, man. To everybody on the north side, if you have the means to keep your property, please don't let them people come get your property. If you got any type of means, if you got any type of way to hold on to your property, do it. And if you don't, I understand. If you got to take the money, I understand. But if you got the means to actually keep it, hold on to that property. Don't let that property go.
Yeah, it's our community, man. They were trying to take every situation, especially when people are vulnerable, to take you out of your property, man, your land, I don't like it. It just
they want that land, they want the property, because what's coming through, that gentrification.
Absolutely.
So, and I see it happening. So if you can, as long as you can hold out, try to hold on to it. Or get that top dollar.
I think here y'all. Maybe y'all can take over since we took over. Oh no, we back.
We back. It's just us again. We had to get rid of the B team. The A team is back, baby.
Them. I'm running out of bullets and ammo. I don't know what else to talk about.
It's the Platinum Sports Talk Network, baby. We platinum over here. So what's going on with your Rams, man? You talk about my Commanders. So how are these Rams stacking up this year? What the Rams gonna be looking like going into this new season?
Man. Oh my goodness. This is I don't think a lot of people in the national media kind of know who we drafted. If I don't. We've got some dogs on defense. We've got an edge rusher, Josiah Stewart, from I think it was from Michigan. We got him in the late rounds. Like a lot of these guys, like Puka Nacua and Kyler Williams. We got all these late rounders. We got a number of late rounders who were steals. One is Josiah Stewart, and another guy named Chris Paul Jr. He goes by Pooh. Pooh Paul. That's what he goes by. I think he's from
Y'all didn't pick up Cliff Paul's son, did y'all? Y'all didn't pick up Cliff.
These guys, it's gonna be if these guys pan out on defense, it's gonna be unfair.
But let me ask a question. So who's the quarterback? Is it still Stafford?
Matthew Stafford is still there. And here's the deal. They got another steal in getting the first rounder from Atlanta. So not only do they have for next year, they got their own first round pick. They got Atlanta's first round pick because they traded out of the first round this year.
Oh, okay.
If Atlanta tanks, we could find the successor to a Matthew Stafford in next year's draft.
So y'all didn't pick up that one quarterback in the draft? Y'all didn't grab nobody?
No, we didn't have to. We picked up, there was a tight end we got from Oregon who is, his name escapes me, but he's supposed to be, he has the potential of being a generational type of tight end. It's something, there's a player that the coaches all rave about. We've got a stacked backfield. We've got Kyler Williams, Blake Corum. We got this other guy, a late rounder, who was basically a game breaker where he played. Like he's like he can bust out like a 20-30 yard run.
So I went to the Google machine and I pulled up y'all draft.
Yeah,
y'all didn't have a first round pick. Y'all had a second round pick. Like you said. Y'all got number 46 pick overall, and y'all got the tight end from Oregon. His name is Terrence Ferguson.
Yes, him.
Yes. Y'all third round pick. He's 90th overall. Was your guy Pooh Josiah? No, that's not. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Josiah Stewart. He's the outline.
Stewart. That's the
linebacker for Michigan.
Yeah.
Okay. Your fourth round, 117th pick overall was Jarquez Hunter, running back from Auburn.
That's the game breaker.
That's the game breaker.
That's the game breaker.
He has that breakaway speed. Is he?
He's got speed and power.
Okay, so he thunder and lightning at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else y'all got? Your fifth round, the 172nd pick overall is your guy Chris Paul Jr. Your man Pooh.
Yeah, Pooh Paul,
linebacker from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Hold up, y'all got two. How y'all get two picks for one?
Trades.
Unless this chat GPT is messing up this Google machine, this AI overview. It says you got two fifth round picks at the same number, 172. Something's going on. But his name is Ty Hamilton. He's a defensive tackle, but it doesn't say where he's from.
Yeah. That might be like I don't know. But the people that you named before, those guys, you couple with already young defense, you already seen what they could do. You got Jerry Verse, you got my man Kobe Turner. You got these pass rushers on top of pass rushers. If our secondary can hold, which they did a pretty good job, we still got a Keller Witherspoon. We got a pretty good young defensive nucleus right there. And then the offense is gonna be, we got my man Puka Nacua and what's his name? The free agent wide receiver. Oh my goodness, why does his name escape me? Used to play with the Jets, used to play with the Packers. Oh my goodness.
Y'all picked up. No, he went to the Jets and Packers. No, I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be mad when I see his name.
But you know what about Puka Nacua? Can he stay healthy? Because the way he plays.
Oh, he can stay healthy. The
way he plays, he gets hurt.
Silly. Devontae Adams.
Oh, you got Devontae. Oh, God. Y'all got Devontae. How y'all get Devontae Adams?
We got Devontae Adams. Like, you got Devontae Adams on one side. You got Puka Nacua on the other side. And a wide receiver that has been.
Who's in the slot? Because y'all let go Cooper Kupp, right? Who's in y'all slot?
Yeah, Cooper Kupp. Yeah, we let him go.
Hey.
But we've got some players that we can do some damage. I don't want to Super Bowl, but we got a good chance to be really, really good.
Man, I'm serious about Puka Nacua, man. If he has to chill out on some of his catches after the runs, because I just think he goes too hard sometimes and he gets himself hurt. I just think I know that's the way he plays. He's reckless abandon. I love it, but if he can stay healthy doing it.
But here's the deal, though. He won't have to do that because you got Devontae Adams on the other side. Once you get Devontae Adams into the game, they're going to be trained on him. And then
don't forget, we still have another wide receiver.
He's gonna take the top off the defense.
Who?
Tutu Atwell.
Oh yeah, that ain't even who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Jordan Whittington.
Jordan Whittington, and see, he's a sleeper.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
we already got to know what Stafford can do. It's gonna be a fun season. I think it's gonna be a fun season.
Also, Sadal, I'm fully ashamed right now. The blanks you were drawn on the names of our players and the players that you left out. Did you mention Braden Fisk? That brother was over there struggling.
I'm struggling.
I was sitting over here. He was like the tight end from Oregon. I'm like Terrence Ferguson. Sadal. Like I'm just.
But I know
at one point I thought he was just messing with me because he came from Oregon. I thought he was just doing it intentionally. But then once Google got brought into play, I saw that was serious. Another thing that you spoke on. Jarquez Hunter.
Yes.
That man is going to be running back 1 after 2 years.
Yeah, I believe it.
I don't think.
Y'all got a running back already, though. What's his name? Williams.
I don't think Kyron's going to make it.
Yeah.
The heat is on. You got Blake Corum, who you really didn't get to use last year, but you've got him. You got another beast in Jarquez Hunter. Yeah, the heat just got turned up after Kyron Williams' seat, especially with that crucial fumble in the divisional game.
He carried the load for y'all this year, though. He did. I mean,
because he had to.
Yeah.
He did it for the last couple of years, though.
Because he had to.
I mean, he wasn't bad just 2 years.
Who else did we have?
He wasn't bad at all.
Who else did we have, Craig? I can answer that. Nobody. We had Cam Akers. They let him go on the offseason after the Super Bowl.
He was garbage because I had that Bam on my fantasy team. Cam Akers was garbage.
He wasn't garbage the year I had him.
Dude made me so damn mad.
Oh no, I had Kyron Williams. I'm sorry, wrong person. All right.
Okay.
So
I'm gone. I'm not there no more.
So yeah.
Yeah, so
now that I'm back. Brother tried to cut me out. But yeah, the Rams.
It says I'm in the show and everyone can hear me. Y'all can't see me though, right?
You know, this show is one for the ages, I tell you.
And now he's frozen. Is he frozen?
No, ain't nobody frozen.
He like he was frozen.
Pay no attention to the voice you hear beyond the screen. But all these analysts, when they say who has the greatest chance to come out of the NFC, the greatest chance to upset the Eagles, everyone's answer has been the same. And it ain't been the Lions. It ain't been the Vikings.
They said the Rams?
Yes, people are saying the Rams. And this was before the draft. This was just based off of the way that game went. The divisional playoff game went. It came down literally to the last play.
They got paid for that, huh?
They did what?
They got paid to say that, didn't they?
I mean, they get paid to say everything, Craig. So, money didn't really sway it. I see what you did there.
I don't get too high on my team, I really don't, because I don't like the jinxing. Because I'm superstitious like that, so I don't really get too high on them. But I just like what the Rams have done. I just like the roster right now, man.
Yeah, we're looking good. I know Les Snead and Sean McVay. I've noticed. I was watching. They have a YouTube series that they do every preseason, talking about the draft and everything leading up to the season. They were talking about their draft methods and how they have a list of the players that they hope are still on the board by the time they get to their late round picks. Players that have been passed on, like Jarquez Hunter, Terrence Ferguson, Chris Paul Jr. So, you ready to feel old? Craig, you ready to feel old?
I'm back. Yeah.
Y'all know that's Chris Paul's son.
Who was Chris Paul's son?
Chris Paul Jr.
I don't think they,
Paul.
I don't. Is that not related?
He said.
I just looked it up. He's got 2 sons.
He told me no.
Yes, one of his sons.
Let's go to the Google machine. Hold on.
Done got old enough.
You're saying
and is now
Chris Paul Jr. The inside linebacker is Chris Paul's son.
No. Yes. Chris Paul Jr. football player. It's Chris Paul, the basketball player's son. I think we also forget Chris Paul is 42 or 40 as well.
Does he have more than one son? That don't look like Chris Paul's son. I remember Chris Paul's son.
He's got 2 kids.
Oh, he got 2 kids.
Yeah, just Googled it.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul's kids.
Chris Paul has 2 sons, Christopher Emmanuel Paul II, also known as Chris Paul Jr., and a younger son named Pooh. He's also a football player, currently playing linebacker at Ole Miss.
Now with the Rams. Oh, I didn't. No one ever.
Yeah, we had that moment off screen. I was sitting there like, that's his son.
No one. They didn't even mention that in the draft. You know, they would mention something like that.
I see a CJ.
I feel like they reserve it for
Google. Saying he only got 1 kid, Christopher Emmanuel Paul II.
I'm looking at Google right here.
I Googled Chris Paul's kids.
It literally just said. I'm looking at it. Unless they just trying to make this his son.
Yeah, they probably.
So Google ain't accurate no more? Oh my Lord.
Wikipedia, he says he got 2 sons, but it doesn't mention.
No, it says he got a son and a daughter. Didn't say he had
all about Chris Jr. and Cameron. Okay, there we go.
2 children.
Yeah, you gave that man.
Damn, Google just out here lying.
How you giving that?
Can't trust Google no more.
You giving that man children? That man ain't that man child.
I'm not doing it. Google did it.
That Chris Paul over there like, I's not the daddy.
Google did it. I ain't do it. Google did it. That wasn't me. They done got Google.
Man.
All right, well, disregard. I don't feel old no more.
Man, what is this about?
Yeah, I was about to feel old as hell. I was like, good God. My life done lived this much that he done grew up.
How old is his son? How old is that?
But then again, I wouldn't put it past him because Bronny's kids.
I thought he played ball.
Yeah, he plays basketball. His son, naturally.
Oh,
he's only 16.
But yeah, he's only what?
He's only 16 years old.
Oh, that man ain't nowhere near college. But look, okay. That's what's going on. That's the word. We strayed way far from that, but we're back.
That's been a long word.
Didn't really get to say my shout out. Shout out to my New York Liberty. We are undefeated. It looks like we trying to come for that repeat. Trying to do that back to back. But if I know Asia Wilson, we'll see y'all again.
On behalf of Smoooth Productions,
we shall see.
We apologize for the technical difficulties from tonight's show.
Apologize for the what?
Technical difficulties.
Nah, that ain't what you said the first time. We apologize for the technical.
As long as you understand. It could have been
barely did.
Y'all.
We have apologize. We do.
On behalf of us, we just say our bad. But we're going to keep this thing moving right along. Right now, I believe let's see what the score is. The NBA playoffs are taking place. We are in the conference finals. So right now, as the score stands, dear God, with 8:04 in the second quarter, the Thunder are now leading the Timberwolves 41 to 15.
It's over. It's a
41
wrap.
to 15. Yeah.
Yes, 41
Yeah, it's
to 15.
about a wrap. It's a wrap.
Shout out to Anthony Edwards. Hell of a season. We'll see y'all next year.
It's a wrap.
They're going fishing.
And in the Eastern Conference Finals, you have the Pacers showing that the New York Knicks are indeed then, now, and forever choke artists. Right now, holding a 3-1 deficit and not holding a player like LeBron James. So that season's done. And so 9 times out of 10, it will be, I'm not going to say the names that they're giving them on social media, but it'll be Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers representing the whole state of Indiana. Like everybody else gets to represent a city. Minnesota and Indiana got to represent the entire state. And I don't think that's fair. But you've got the Pacers getting ready to most likely go up against the new reigning MVP for the next season in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Before we get to what we're calling the finals to be, can we just go over these underwhelming, yet overwhelming, yet living up to the hype, yet also letting me down NBA playoffs?
Why is it underwhelming?
Because some of these series shouldn't have, if we could pull the bracket back up, some of these series should not have gone 7 games. Me personally, I don't think that the Nuggets should have taken 7 games to beat the Clippers. And then, as you can see,
Kawhi
7
Leonard
games was
Kawhi
also
Leonard
their
still got
downfall.
game. I gotta disagree with that one. Kawhi Leonard is, when he's on his game, he changed the whole dynamic. If he has some other players with him, and he actually comes to play, Kawhi Leonard can lead his team. I mean, I don't know if
it's too many ifs.
Yes, it's a big if because they have a bum on their squad, and I forgot his name. The dude that can't shoot at all free throws. What is his name? He's from down under. He had the problem with his shoot. He couldn't shoot free throws. He couldn't shoot the ball. What was his name? The dude he plays like 5 minutes a game. He was a former superstar, but he had issues. What's the player I'm talking about, man? Somebody help me out. Is it Ben Simmons? Is it Ben Simmons? If he has some real players, it's
I forgot all about Ben Simmons.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Look who's on his squad. It's like, come on, if Kawhi Leonard had a couple of, like 2 or 3 players with him, I mean, Paul George was hurt and James Harden ain't done nothing. And
I got a question. I got a question. I'm glad you said it like that.
I'm just saying this was a good series, and I don't put it past. I'm not trying to downplay the quality of the series just because of Kawhi Leonard. He is that centerpiece, and when he's not hurt and when he's playing, he can take a team anywhere. But go right ahead.
Are you saying that this team is less talented than the Raptors team he won the finals with?
Yeah, because he had Siakam. He had who else did he have on that squad?
You are saying, hold on.
He had the point guard. He had the point.
You're saying that those players at that time, that 2019 squad, not what they turned into, I'm talking about what they are right now, had more star power and was better than this Clippers team.
That's what
with
I'm
James
saying.
Harden,
and that's
himself,
what's happening right now.
Paul George.
You're saying star power versus a team. And that's supposed to have been like one of our topics right now. Is the super team? You're saying you're putting star power, you're putting these names up there versus the actual squad. You could say Ben Simmons, you could say Paul George, you could say Harden, you could say all that, but are these guys, are they in their prime right now? I mean, Harden is Harden, but he's not the James Harden when he was winning them MVPs. He's not the same. He's not the same.
I don't know what you put an S on that for.
Paul George is nowhere near what Paul George used to be.
That man said MVPs. Plural?
Oh,
when did he win the second one?
He got
he
one.
shouldn't have won the first. I ain't gonna go there.
Yeah, no, he shouldn't have. But nevertheless, what I'm saying
is LeBron's.
I'm giving Kawhi Leonard more respect in his game, what he brings, and how he can change the dynamic of a squad. That's just my opinion.
I'm still waiting on him to change this LA dynamic. They said that man was the king of LA when he went.
Who was that?
Kawhi Leonard. New Balance bought a billboard and said there's a new king in LA. That same king, quote unquote, LeBron didn't even get to face him in the playoffs because they got knocked out.
They should have. They need to get a new GM and for the Clippers and bring some players and put them around that dude, man. Because you got him healthy right now. He's actually playing, so you need to get some pieces around it fast before he gets injured again, and you don't see him for another 40 games.
I'm telling y'all what it is. That man got arthritis in the knees. I'm telling you, it was what was it? Every time he can't play, he's got knee inflammation, knee swelling. You know what that sounds like? I'm black, you black, you black, you black, you black. The author. If it was his foot, we call it the gout.
Right.
So
gotta stop eating them crabs.
I don't know how much longer he's got. As a sports fan, I have seen arthritis shorten somebody's career. Shout out to Utah Gurley.
Yeah, that's sad.
That still saddens me.
Sad,
also, do you know he still is in top 3 in a God, I can't remember what the record was, but I put it in the group chat. He hasn't played in almost,
I think it's total yards or something like that.
Yeah, in total yards. He's still third place. Still third place. Ain't played in years. Ain't nobody touched that record. So, I'm sorry, that was getting off topic. That saddens me. But yeah, that's the NBA playoffs. You say that series went the way it should have. Sadal, what say you?
Sadly, I have not had a chance to watch any of the games. Maybe to your point, because it really didn't compel me to watch. And then too, of course, I didn't have an internet for a stretch there, the storm. So kind of missed a chunk of games. But looks like from the buzz, Pacers and OKC in the finals. That's all I can say.
We appreciate that astute observation. Rio, your thoughts on these NBA playoffs?
Ain't too much to say. 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, OKC, me and Smoooth predict them to win. These Pacers, they for real. That's all I can say. So let's see what happens in another week or so.
Also, I want to give Shannon Sharp his credit. I know he got a speech impediment.
Yes.
That's a problem. So what he was really saying, as you've seen, it's happened in the last 2 series, was Pacers in 5. That's what he was really saying. Because as you can see, they won the first series against the Bucks, 5 games. They won against the number 1 seed Cavaliers. Number 1 is also the number of wins they got, 5 games. And as you can see, they about to get the Knicks up out of here. They're about to throw them out by their Knickerbockers. 5 games. And
So he wasn't saying Lakers, he was saying pesos.
yeah, that strong Southern Mississippi accent sometimes gets the best of him. Prayers up for Jason Tatum. I know you said Kobe was your idol, but God damn.
Man.
You gonna tear your Achilles too?
Man.
Y'all better stay on the lookout for some Colorado women. Anyway, no, too soon. I don't think it's too soon. I think we're good.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of years. Hell, Kobe redeemed himself. Redeemed team. Like that's literally where they got the name from. But prayers up to Jason Tatum for that recovery. Any other shockers in these playoffs for you guys outside of the obvious number one Cavaliers getting swept like a gentleman? But any other shockers? No, so y'all just said this is how it was supposed to go. This is what was meant to happen.
Well, I'll say one thing about Cleveland. They're a regular season team.
Just like James Harden is a regular season player.
If that's how you want to look at it.
Oh man, we'd had this conversation on this show for years. Ever since he won that MVP he wasn't supposed to, he's been a paper MVP here on the Platform Sports Talk Show Network. And I'll stick with that take until I'm blue in the face, because you see he ain't got one since. That boy ain't did nothing but put on a fat suit to get out of Houston.
Put on a fat suit.
He ain't do nothing but put on a fat suit to get out of Houston. But yeah, those are the NBA playoffs. We will see who will be hoisting the Larry O'Brien. I was going to call it something else. The Larry O'Brien Trophy come June-ish, July-ish, whenever they want to do that. Sticking with the NBA, as we can see, these super teams that have been created over years did not get the job done this year. So would you all say that this is the end or the coming of the end of the super team era in the NBA? Craig, I'll start with you.
Yeah, I think it's over because it's turning to more of more team ball. I don't think the super team is a lot of the superstars are actually hitting their twilight. You know what I'm saying? They're not the super players anymore right now. The quote unquote names, I guess, the KDs, the actual LeBron James is I don't know who else would you say, the Steph Currys, the main names of the league who are the elite players. They're getting to probably the end of their careers, especially LeBron James. But I just think now the game's becoming more of a team ball game. You have players. Look at the Pacers. They play like, I think, almost 11 guys that come into the game for them. They have a deep bench, and the reason the Knicks, are losing the way they're losing because they run, I think, 9 at the most. I think the first time they played 9 people was the other night. And, it's more of a team game. You're not relying on 3 players or 2 players just to run your squad right now. And I just think that's better for the game. I think it's better for the game. So the super team, I think if you have one marquee player and then you get some players that just, some serious, as Shaq would call it, some others that come out and they come in the game and they play their role. They score, they play defense, you just don't throw the ball in one well and watch that man work. You know what I'm saying? You got other players that can actually score, that play defense, so I think it's better for the game, but I don't know, things happen in trends. So I'm thinking, yes, I think that era is probably over, but I ain't gonna lie. I wish we can get any type of superstar in DC. I'll be honest with you. You can put any marquee player in my city right now because we are so terrible. I don't know. I take that.
Wait your turn, Craig.
I take
Damn.
James Harden in that fat suit right now. You know what I'm saying? Shoot.
I would want.
I went from wait your turn to be careful what you wish for.
Give me anybody, man, on our squad, because we are so terrible. It's like we've been building and building and rebuilding and building for the longest time. We've had the picks. That's the crazy thing about it. We've had the picks every year. We get some top 10, top 5, top 10 players every year in the draft, and nothing's been panning out.
Bust.
It's terrible. It's terrible, but you know, it is what it is. But yes, to answer the question, I think yes, the era of the super team is over.
Sadar.
And I would tend to agree with Craig on that. In order to have a super team, you need superstars. And I know there's been a debate on who's the next face of the league in the NBA. But the way I see it, you just don't see those superstar players. They got some great players, but not the superstars like LeBron James, down the pike. You do see those superstars in the women's game, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and you got names there. I think it's just the trend of the women's game slowly overtaking the men's game. I think that's just the residual of that. And I think having more of a team-oriented game in the NBA would be better for the league. It creates parity. You don't rely on like 2 or 3 players to carry a team. You need everybody on the team, including your bench, to get in and step in where needed. I think it's better for the league, better for the game in the long run, until you see those superstar players emerge again in the league. I think you're not going to see those super teams anytime soon.
Real, what do you say?
Yeah, it's coming to an end. Yeah, it's definitely coming to an end. I have to agree with what Craig was saying. LeBron's coming to an end. KD, Steph. The older state beating, the older state hates him. Sooner or later, somebody else is going to have to carry the face of the league. But I think the Super 10 era is gone. Team ball has been displayed in these playoffs. If you look at the way OKC play, yes, Shea been in getting here, but it's been a collective effort from everybody. The same way with Indiana, it's been a collective showing as well. And that's my take on the Super Team.
So,
man, if I ain't saying, I'm drunk right now. Man,
I'm gonna say this. No, this is not the end of super teams.
I don't know which bias you looking at.
No. This is the end of how they're produced. Super teams used to be bought. Remember what they were calling the Warriors before they got KD? A super team that was what? Made through draft picks. When we look at Indiana, that was made through draft picks. When you look at OKC, well, with the exception of SGA, because SGA was a trade. But other than that, everyone else there, that was made. Those were draft picks coming into their own, coming into fruition. It's the return on investment right now. It's just coming at a great time.
I don't considered a super team though.
I mean, you're building yourself up. Like let's look at Golden State before they got KD. People were like, "Oh, this is the team to beat," and they didn't even need him. They went 73-9 without him. And it's like Curry wasn't a number 1 overall draft pick. Draymond Green wasn't a number 1 overall draft pick. Klay Thompson, I forgot that man's name. Bad. Wasn't the overall pick, number 1. But they put that team together. They built, not bought. So it's like you can build a super team, you can buy a super team. It's just when you buy it, you expect a quicker return on investment. When you're putting this together, it's like, okay, I see what you bring to the table. I want to put you on our team. We'll be able to hone and cultivate your skills so that it can mesh with everyone else on the team. So we can be this conglomerate, this force to mess with, like a Oklahoma City Thunder. I would have said like a Cleveland Cavaliers, but they got out of there in 5.
I would push back on that a little bit, Stanton. You wouldn't call the teams, say, the Lakers or the Celtics of the 80s a super teams.
That's exactly where I was going.
Call the Bulls of the 90s super teams. You call them great teams. The super teams were made individuals from other teams that really couldn't do much. Well, they did a lot, individually, but putting them together would be like almost unfair. And now you have them on this team. Now that's a super team. I think that's what the meaning of super teams are. What you described, though, you described great teams.
That's what you did.
You didn't describe a super team.
LeBron started this super team BS.
See, if we want to call a spade,
the decision,
it started in Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain that.
You're going with
did
that.
KG get drafted by the Celtics? He did.
No, keep going. That's what I'm saying. Keep going.
Did Ray Allen get drafted by the Celtics?
Keep going.
I mean, well, those were the only 2. That was the one that made the super team back then. So in that time, those are players that came together to make this team with the goal of winning the championship, and that return on investment was right there. Wasn't it the same year they won?
Super team. Now that what you described, that's a super team. These are individual players that really they did a lot, but they, but putting them together was like unfair. And they won in a year.
So you know how that went down, though, right?
How it would have went down? How?
Paul Pierce said, "Hey, if y'all don't give me no help, I'm gone." Danny Ainge said, "Okay, let me figure out a way," and he did. He brought in Ray. He brought in KG. That was it. Yes. Were they considered a super team? Yes. I really just looked at it as a big 3. That's what I looked at.
Yeah, because that's what it was labeled as.
Yeah.
What's crazy is, like, Craig labeled LeBron as the creator and the founder of Super Team LLC.
Yes, he is.
He can't be, because we just highlighted the team low key.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You're right. It did happen before LeBron. LeBron was the one that put it on a showcase and a pedestal. LeBron was the face of the league. When KD made his switch from Minnesota to Boston, he wasn't the face. He wasn't the face of the league. KG. He wasn't the face of the league. Ray Allen wasn't the face of the league. LeBron James was in his prime the overall best player in the league. So that's why I put it on LeBron's shoulders. And then he went and had a little presentation. He had his own a celebration to lead a team. I mean,
Which put
I'm
millions
not,
of dollars in the Boys and Girls Club pockets.
Yeah,
I always got to bring that up
great.
ever since I found that out.
Beautiful thing. He is the founder. He's not just the hair club president. He is the founder of the.
No, he's not. Okay, here's what it is. Here's the difference. Let me show you the difference between the two. I feel like it truly comes down to money. If the Boston Celtics had the money and the funds of a Miami South Beach to put on this big ass presentation for their big three, they would have.
It didn't have, but that wasn't. It wasn't about money. It was about
absolutely would have
in their prime. It's who they were in the league at that time. Like I said, LeBron James at that time was the NBA. He was the face of the league, and he was the best player in the league. So yes, he started that. When KD made that move, he had gone through terrible season after terrible season. KG, I'm sorry, after terrible season with Minnesota. He was like, I'm ready to win. Let me go mess with my man Paul Pierce and see if I can win. Ray Allen I think Ray Allen was just a journeyman. Ray Allen had been from team to team to team, and he just landed there, and his services were just due. But where did Ray Allen end up?
He was
a couple of years after that.
He was a buck. When he got traded, he was a buck. He was a
he didn't play at another team before that. He only played at one team before he got to Boston.
Yeah, he was a Milwaukee buck before
from fade to bald. He was a buck.
But nevertheless,
the Supersonics.
Oh, so yeah,
I forgot about them.
I knew he played in more than one team. But
he started off as and then he became a buck.
He played in more than one team before he went to Boston. But my point being is that the year after they won that, he left. And where did he go? He went to LeBron's super team. They had Dwayne Wade.
The year after
LeBron James.
The year after he won what?
I think the year after they won that championship, didn't Ray Allen leave?
Nah, he left like 2 years after. They won in 08, 09.
He stayed for 2 years?
No, they won in 08. Lakers won. And then
he was the first one to leave.
Lakers won again.
He was the first one to leave the Boston Big Three. How about that? He was the first one to get out.
He was the first one to get up out of there.
And he went to Miami. So look at the squad LeBron had. Y'all forget about Chris Bosh? Come on now, Chris Bosh was in the prime of his career too when he made that move.
So since we love saying LeBron did this super team, outside of D Wade and Bosh,
that's all I'm doing.
And LeBron, name the other star player.
You had Dwayne Wade.
I just said outside of D Wade and Bosh, and the first person you say is Dwayne Wade.
Ray Allen. What are you talking about? What more do you need? You could have
Ray Allen can't be on two teams at the same time, Craig.
You don't need nobody else.
Ray Allen can't be on two teams at the same time. What you called the super team was when he went to Miami that first year, correct? Outside of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, who was the other star player?
What more did they need, Stan?
Who was the other star player?
What more? That's a super team right there. You don't need no more.
So if that's a super team with those three,
that's three players. That was the beginning.
Then that's not the first super team. If with three players, that's all you need in the super team. That's not the first super team.
That's it. What more do you want? What more do you need?
So then that's not the first super team, Craig. If you're saying they took three players and put them together, then that's not the first one. The first one.
It was Boston. Yes, it was.
If I want to be real honest with myself,
notified one. It was the most signified one. It was the biggest displayed one, man. What are you talking about?
If I want to be honest, the first super team hit that three-peat.
Huh?
When they brought over Dennis Rodman.
Are you saying
in the Bulls?
96, 97, 98?
What are you talking about? They drafted Scottie Pippen.
Hold on, read that comment for me. Read that comment for me, Craig. Read that comment for me, Craig. Read that comment. Read that comment.
Hey, Miss Dub, I love you to death, but no, they are not.
I ain't even get to that. I wouldn't even put Kerr in there. I wouldn't put Kerr in there.
They drafted Scottie Pippen.
Okay, what about the third player? number 91.
They won
Crazy
3 in
man.
a row
They
with
didn't draft
Scottie
him.
Pippen. What are you talking about? What are you saying?
So are
They
you
won
saying
3 in
that
a
once
row
they
with
got Dennis
Scottie
Rodman, that
Pippen.
didn't qualify as a super team?
They drafted. Nobody left, and nobody was a superstar on another team and left and came to the Bulls after when the first 3 was won.
Robin wasn't a superstar on his team. He was a great defensive player. He was a key cog, like in that way.
So defense ain't a superstar, but defense wins championship.
You know what, stupid. You know, don't get.
So you call it. So you mean to tell
Is
me?
that
Hold
not
up.
the phrase that has
You
been
telling
said?
me? Hold on.
Not
He
a
just said
player.
on this record, he just called Dennis Rodman a superstar. Did you?
Are you telling me they would have got that 3-peat with the way that the teams adapted to the Bulls without Dennis Rodman? You saying that? You saying that?
I'm not saying that at all.
I'm about to say because Mike him damn self said we need Rodman.
Are on his own leading a team.
So he was.
What we're saying. It can be either or, man. It can't be extreme versus extreme here.
You twisting the dynamic. Big. Every time you talk about it, you twist it to another level. You change. You move the goalpost ahead.
Now
you keep moving that goalpost, man. So you telling me, just like you said, so Dennis Rodman could have led any team, and he was the star player on his squad. Come on, Stan, stop playing. You playing games here, man. You playing games right now.
Okay.
Now let me say this.
Because I'm about to say, because if we want to go by that logic, none of the big 3 was able to lead their own team. From that one, like Pippen couldn't lead his own team. We saw it when he went to Trailblazers.
Oh my.
Did he? Okay. All right.
So
yeah, what's up, Real?
Straw man arguments. Straw man.
So I can't. If you really want to look at, well, this ain't bad.
I'm about to say, speed up.
You really want to look at
1.25 playback speed. Real. Speed it up a little bit.
I'm saying fact. If you really want to look at, you have some scissor.
Why do you keep slowing yourself down?
Look,
what is going on?
Look. I'm gonna say it. There have been teams in the past. If you want a little recap, there have been sues with the team.
I'm hearing you.
Okay, so let's look at this Celtics team of the 80s with Dennis Johnson, McHale, Bird, Parrish. You can look at that as a super team. You can look at the Lakers, Kareem, Magic, Worthy, Cooper, Byron Scott.
Why you say his name like that? You gotta think about it.
Scott.
Byron
Scott.
You gotta think about it.
They traded for Kareem.
I'm laughing at our producer struggling to hold it together.
I know he over here cut up. Got me sounding like I'm on that lean right now.
Mario, they drafted Byron Scott, and they drafted
But what I'm saying is, Craig, this is what I'm saying. Craig. He's talking about super teams, right? These team players.
Hey, bro, we can let it go if this show move on. Because Rio sound like he got that drink in his cup.
Well, look, we'll say this for another.
This gonna have to be a post-show exclusive shot at a later date. Oh my god. Okay. Is it the end of the super teams in the NBA? Yes. Okay. Moving on. What's next? Oh man. Hold on. So with this being the end of super teams, are we seeing also a change of the guard? Is the face of the NBA shifted? I don't know why you got Anthony Edwards up there.
Why not?
Because if we want to talk about it, okay, can I have a feeling that the East is going to be lifting the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Because both these teams, in their last appearances in the playoffs, have blown it at the wrong time. And they've made it this far. Unfortunately, one of them is about to blow it right now in Minnesota. Now, it's gonna be interesting once we get these Pacers and these Thunders, because the battle of the big men, Miles Turner, Chet Holmgren. But that's
Hardenstein.
that.
Come on.
What's that?
Hardenstein, Chet.
Yeah,
Jalen
Hardenstein,
Williams.
Chet. Like it's a even match for everybody. Like Chet gonna get worked. Like he not it's gonna be shut up, Smoooth. It's like the other teams, like who was really their big man? Like when you look at Minnesota with Rudy Gobert is eventually going to Rudy Gobert at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just waiting on him to fall apart. So you look at that. The Knicks ain't going to make it. But Cat against Holmgren, oh my God. It would have been a whole bunch of that.
Hey, man. Leave Cat alone, man.
Nah, man. Because after all that,
man, y'all leave Cat alone, man.
Carl Sassy Towns.
Man.
But no, back to this topic. Are we seeing the changing of the guard with the NBA? I think who said they were in their twilight years? Craig said they were in their twilight years right now. So with those lights about to dim, are we seeing the new face? And are we able to identify who the new faces will be right now?
Yes, we are. It's easy. We know who the new faces are. They shining right now. You got SGA,
Some
you
of
got Ant. You had Jokic he is who he is. Who else? SGA and Jokic.
Out of respect for Jokic, I'm gonna take him out. He don't want to play basketball. Every offseason, he say, "I'm sick of this. I want to go back to Serbia with my horses."
I just think, it's the youngest are shining right now. It's time for them. It's time for them to shine. The youngest are coming.
Zesty Cat.
Not Zesty Cat, man.
Zesty. That sounds like a cat brand of food. The new Zesty Cat with 11 herbs and spices.
You know who's terrible though? The New York fans are terrible about Cat because they clown him more than anybody else. It's like, this is your player, and y'all clown him harder than anybody else.
You know it's with love. It's like, Craig, you've been in St. Louis long enough to know. Everybody in St. Louis can talk about St. Louis. But if you ain't from St. Louis, don't you talk about St. Louis.
Hey, everybody talk about Cat right now. With this
exactly. But New Yorkers are like, hey, chill out. But then they turn around and say,
they go, as soon as you have a bad game, you see every meme come up with that dude hands in the air and pinky fingers raised.
Oh my God. Look, I don't know what y'all expecting from a brother that they got put in the chokehold and then tapped out on national television. Y'all expecting toughness? Y'all thought that New York was gonna thicken his skin? No, that boy was in Minnesota too long. Too long.
They are terrible, boy.
It wasn't gonna happen.
They are terrible.
Ain't enough dead ass in the world to fix that. That man gonna have to be in New York for double the time that he was in Minnesota. You know, they nice as hell in Minnesota. Try to bring that niceness to New York.
But what are some other young players out there that are changing the face of the league right now? I said 3, but I can't think of no other young players out there.
I can't think of nobody else either. Outside of
Brunson,
SGA,
is Brunson one? Halliburton, Brunson.
Halliburton can be. Brunson's been in the league.
He's still young. Brunson's not that old, is he?
I don't know, man. I remember at one point it looked like Brunson was balding before he went and got them burgers.
Nah.
Brunson just got the old face.
Oh, okay. I could have swore he looked like a 10-year vet.
Nah.
He ain't 10?
Nah.
Wait, no, because him, Bridges, all them, they came in the same class, right?
I think so.
Jalen Brunson is I just Googled him.
He's 28.
Oh, he's 28. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I guess he is, you know.
He was drafted in 2018.
Another future face of the league is Matis Zubelis from my Chicago Bulls.
And y'all forgot the main one.
Who?
Wemby.
Okay.
Who?
Victor Wembanyama.
Oh yeah.
Y'all could be ashamed.
We'll see how he does with this new coach.
John Morant.
Certified shooter.
Out the league and on the streets where he wants to be.
Which is crazy because he's a suburban child.
Hey, I'm done.
Damn it.
Y'all got it. I'm done.
Nah, you got to get a new sound producer. You know, he put down the blicky and picked up the grenades.
Yeah.
He now be launching grenades. They said no more gunshots. Okay, mass casualties. This man don't know if he's real life NBA 2K or real life Call of Duty. But I need him to figure it out, and I need him to figure it out fast.
Did y'all mention Luka?
Jamie Lynn says
you said Luka?
Jalen Brunson looks old.
Luka, Trae Young. Trae got an old face too. I think that's just his hair.
Yeah, he got that patchy hair. He got that.
And like his grade of hair, the white side is in his hair. Like, you know, the black side is in the skill.
How about the Cleveland Browns? Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland Cavaliers star.
What a grenade. What a grenade.
Browns at 5.
Cleveland Cavaliers star. What's his name?
Who? Donovan Mitchell?
Donovan Mitchell ain't young.
Yeah.
He was in Utah before he got there. You forgot about that, didn't you?
How old is Donovan Mitchell?
He probably my age. 31. How old is he?
Donovan Mitchell is 20. He's 28 too. He's 28 too.
Damn. Some young cats. Also, shout out to Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, you lost the playoffs, but brother, you won. You going home to Coco Jones.
We forgot about we didn't even mention the St. Louis dude, Jason Tatum. Is he?
Yeah, there you go. And his teammate.
And Jaylen Brown.
We can say Jaylen Brown. We got to see how Tatum comes back from this Achilles injury.
No. That man is a fade. He a face. For sure. For sure. That man has got a lot of endorsements. That man the face is of the NBA. For sure. Hands down.
There's another
in my book.
We'll see. We will see. I'm just saying there was another player that had a whole bunch of endorsements. Tore his Achilles. And then went shit. And then lost a lot of them endorsements. So we know that. Tell me, man.
How many championships he won?
5.
Okay.
But this was before 5 when he lost.
It don't matter.
You say his name?
How many championships yet?
What about Giannis?
Okay.
Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
What was that?
No.
Yeah, Giannis.
Dang.
You sure about that? Yes, no, maybe?
I mean, he does
all
have
right.
a championship. He does have an NBA championship. Come on now.
Okay. So does Adam Morrison. He got 5 of them.
How old is Utukampo? What is his name?
Say it one more time. Sound it out.
It's Antetokounmpo. Yeah, that's what it is.
Spell it out, Craig.
Oh, Giannis is 30 years old. How you spell it? You spell it ANTETOKOUNMPO.
USHER.
Antetokounmpo. What did he say?
YM.
Antetokounmpo.
What was that? What was that, Craig?
It's Antetokounmpo.
You sound like Jackie Chan on the Rush Hour outtakes.
Y'all.
Come on, y'all.
He's 30 though. I know he was that old. I didn't know Giannis was that old.
How old?
30.
Still younger than me, man.
But in basketball years, Craig, that's not old. If he was a football player, he old.
Yeah.
I mean, in new age basketball years, it might be old, depending on how his career pans out, injury wise. Could. Shit, after Kobe tore his Achilles, that nigga ain't have a dominant dunk. Remember his first dunk after he just.
How many did he drop on his last game though?
First when he retired the first time.
How many drop on the last game of a get real? Okay.
Iced up 60.
Okay. That's all I got to say.
That brother was wrapped up like Omaha Steak stuff.
It don't matter. It don't matter. This man said, Omaha.
That brother was
Omaha.
That brother was packaged up like cuisine for long distance travel.
I ain't gonna lie, I missed hearing that.
Like at one point, Kobe nickname became the Iceman. Like it was hard to watch. If I could talk about it, watching him in that last season, it was like I was appreciating it while it happened, but just to see him go over to that bench with them 20 years weighing down on him, and it's like every time he sat down, he just looked gassed. But I knew he wasn't gassed, but he just looked gassed. It was hard to see. It's like, well, I can't say that's how it's gonna be with LeBron. This man over here spending billions of dollars every offseason. That I feel like when he retires, it's gonna be because he wants to, not because he has to. It's gonna be because he wants to. Craig, that man be putting money. Like he probably spend more money on his body, which would make more sense because that's what he provides for his family, than on other stuff. But yes, so we identify SGA, Ant-Man, Jokic, Trae Young. We said yes.
Luka,
Wembanyama. We said Giannis. Donovan Mitchell. Yes. And then I keep wanting to call him not Jalen Brunson, but Jalen Brunson. And that's it. All right. Well, it is that time. It's my favorite segment. I'm gonna call it the proper title so we don't get flagged or demonetized. It's a Let a Naysayer Know. We take this opportunity to speak to any or all naysayers about a certain topic, and we just let them know that you ain't right. So who got a naysayer they want to talk to? I know I got one, but I'll save mine for last.
I don't have anything.
You said you don't? All right.
Mature.
Shocker, do you have one?
Nah, I'm a chill.
Craig,
do you have a naysayer this evening?
I mentioned him earlier in the beginning of the show, and it's more than one person too. It's a lot of different talking heads across social media. All these naysayers talking negatively. These African American men talking about Angel Reese. These naysayers. And it's one in particular, and I was following him for a while on IG, and I had to unfollow him because I couldn't take it no more because it seems like the hate for Angel Reese just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. I'm like, dude, what is your agenda? Why are you doing it for clicks now? And I'm talking about Ari Spears and all the hate that he puts against Angel Reese. Man, you know what? She's a big. She's not a point guard. She's not a shooting guard. Angel Reese is a big in the WNBA. So she's not a tremendous three-point shooter. She does what she does. She gets rebounds. She offensive rebounds, and she puts the ball back in the hole. A lot of little videos was coming out of his IG page, you know, showing her, you know, missing shots, doing, you know, getting rebounds and missing shots, and just, you know, it is what it is, man. It's like, I just thought the hate was too much, so I just had to get away from that naysayer, because he was acting like a real naysayer, and I wish I could put a ER on the end of that naysayer, but
naysayer.
Now I want to put an NIGER on that naysayer, because he was acting like one. Just the hate was just too much. You know, it's already that she's going through all the hate from the people that try to pin her against Caitlin Clark and try to put this agenda to make the league go. And she's playing the villain, that's good. But coming from people like him and just going overboard, just overly, just putting that hate out there, I just had to let that naysayer know. And I put that unfollow on his page. I'm no longer your follower, dude. You funny, but you ain't gotta be an asshole and be funny like that. So I let that naysayer know. Sorry about that, Smooth.
I'm gonna get real personal over here. I want to talk to everyone who is salivating at the mouth, waiting for the opportunity to go in and see what you can grab out of North St. Louis. Yeah, I'm making this real personal. To all of y'all who think just because of who you know and not what you know, that you'll be able to go in and take these buildings, take these houses, take these legacies, take these memories from these citizens. It has been now, I believe 14 days since this happened, if not more. And I saw more response from my community than I did from government officials. So for all the naysayers who had the nerve to say don't self-deploy, to all the naysayers who believe that North City, North St. Louis, West St. Louis, the North Side, the West Side, as we knew it, is history, I just want to let you know something. My church, Centennial Christian Church, stood strong for 121 years. That tornado came through. It didn't level our building, but we're going to have to move forward with a new vision. We lost a member in Patricia Pendleton that day. Miss Pat always had the energy of let's get to work. Let's get the work done. We were 121 years in of serving the community, and I'm here to say we are just getting started. North St. Louis has been standing for centuries, for generations after generations, and they are just getting started. This is not a crash and burn. This is the beginning stages of a phoenix rising from the ashes of a new North St. Louis. For us, by us. All we need is all we got. So to everybody who thinks they're about to get a piece, try it. We'll be there waiting. That's the show. Miss Pat, I love you. I miss you. We will miss you strongly. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for subscribing. Make sure that you hit that YouTube, subscribe, and click on that bell. So anytime we go live, you'll be notified. Anywhere that you are watching us, make sure that you like our page and follow us so that you can keep up with everything Platform Sports Talk Show. And make sure you tune in next week for Ladies Night. It's Stanton, baby. We out.
Peace.
What you have just experienced was brought to you by Smoooth Productions. Until next time, stay tuned and stay smooth.